Have you ever stopped to think about the words we use daily and how they can profoundly impact someone's life? When it comes to autism, word choice is even more crucial. Often, unintentionally, we might say things that hurt or disrespect others. What if I told you there are 13 things you should never say to autistic individuals? Yes, 13 phrases that can make all the difference between inclusion and exclusion. You might think you know everything about the subject, but the truth is most people make mistakes without realizing it. Want to discover what these phrases are and how to avoid them? Keep watching and prepare to change your perspective and, perhaps, make a difference in someone's life. Number 1. Don't say, "You don't look autistic." Autism is not visible in appearance. Many people mistakenly believe that autism can be identified just by physical appearance, but this is far from the truth. Autism is a neurodevelopmental condition that does not manifest visibly. Imagine telling someone with diabetes that they don't look diabetic. It's equally insensitive and uninformed. Instead, try to understand the unique experiences and challenges each autistic person faces. Number 2. Avoid saying, "You are normal." Autism is a form of neurodiversity, not an abnormality. When someone tells an autistic person that they are normal, it can seem like they are minimizing their experiences and challenges. Autism is an intrinsic part of a person's identity, and it's important to recognize and respect that. Instead of trying to fit everyone into a mold of normality, celebrate diversity and different ways of thinking and being. For example, you could say, "I appreciate the unique way you see the world." Number 3. Don't do tasks for the autistic person without asking for permission. Encourage autonomy and offer support, but don't replace the person. Autistic individuals, like anyone else, value their independence and ability to perform tasks on their own. Imagine you are trying to learn to ride a bike and someone constantly holds the handlebars for you. This can be frustrating and demotivating. Instead, ask if the person needs help and respect their response. Offer support in a way that promotes autonomy, such as suggesting tools or methods that might make the task easier. Number 4. Don't promise something you can't deliver. Autistic individuals have difficulty with frustration and will remember unfulfilled promises. Broken promises can be especially painful for autistic individuals, who often take words literally and have a keen memory for details. Imagine promising a child that you will take them to the park and then not following through. The disappointment can be deep and lasting. Therefore, be honest and realistic about what you can offer, and if something changes, communicate that clearly and in advance. Number 5. Don't say, "Everyone is a little autistic." Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder, not a general characteristic. This statement minimizes the reality of what it is like to live with autism and can be extremely disrespectful. It's like telling someone with a serious medical condition that everyone has a little bit of that. Autism involves specific and unique challenges that cannot be compared to common personality traits. Instead, acknowledge the uniqueness of the autistic experience and show empathy and understanding. Number 6. Don't answer for an autistic person. Give them time to process information and use alternative communication methods if necessary. Often, autistic individuals may need more time to process questions and formulate responses. Imagine being in a foreign country where you don't speak the language fluently. You would need more time to understand and respond. Respect this time and, if necessary, use alternative communication methods such as writing or augmentative and alternative communication (AAC) apps. This promotes autonomy and respect for the autistic person's communication abilities. Number 7. Don't ask if a task is optional. Autistic individuals are literal and may understand obligations differently. When you say something like, "You can do this if you want," an autistic person might interpret it literally and think the task is truly optional. Be clear and direct about what is expected. For example, instead of saying, "You can clean your room when you have time," say, "Please clean your room by the end of the day." This avoids misunderstandings and helps establish clear expectations. Number 8. Don't lie to an autistic person. Be literal and honest about what will actually happen. Autistic individuals tend to trust people's words and may have difficulty dealing with lies or half-truths. Imagine promising someone that you will take them to a special place and then changing your mind without explanation. This can cause confusion and frustration. Be honest and transparent, even if the truth is hard to hear. This builds mutual trust and respect. Number 9. Don't ask if the autistic person takes medication for autism. Autism has no cure, and medications are for comorbidities. Asking about medication can be invasive and uninformed. Autism is a permanent condition, and there is no cure through medication. Instead, medications may be used to treat comorbidities such as anxiety or ADHD. Asking about this can make the person feel uncomfortable or judged. If you are concerned about an autistic person's well-being, ask more generally about how they are feeling or if they need any kind of support. Number 10. Claiming that vaccines cause autism is a completely debunked theory with no scientific basis. Spreading this misinformation is not only harmful but also dangerous. Imagine telling someone that drinking water causes cancer without any evidence to support such a claim. Similarly, never tell an autistic person or their parents that vaccines are the cause of autism. It is essential to base our words on facts and science, avoiding perpetuating myths that can cause real harm. Number 11. Avoid saying, "I'm sorry, it must be horrible," when referring to an autistic person's life. This phrase can be painful and unnecessary, as an autistic person's life is not necessarily bad. Each individual has their own experiences and challenges, and autism is just a part of that. Instead of assuming that an autistic person's life is difficult, why not ask, "How can I support you?" or "What do you enjoy doing?" This demonstrates empathy and genuine interest without judgment. Number 12. Another important point is not to say that autism is used as an excuse. Respecting the differences and limitations of an autistic person is fundamental for harmonious coexistence. Imagine someone with a broken leg being accused of using it as an excuse not to run a marathon. Unfair, right? Similarly, never tell an autistic person that they are using their condition as an excuse. Understanding and respecting others' limitations is a crucial step toward inclusion and mutual respect. And, number 13. Don't label behaviors as weird. Use terms like different to describe behaviors. This helps create a more welcoming and inclusive environment where diversity is valued. When you label something as weird, you are automatically placing a negative judgment on it. Instead, recognizing that behaviors are just different promotes a more open and understanding view. For example, if an autistic person has an intense interest in a specific subject, instead of saying it is weird, you can say it is a passion or a deep interest. This completely changes the perception and acceptance. Now that you know the 13 things that should never be said to autistic individuals, are you ready to apply this knowledge in your daily life? Think about how your words can positively impact someone's life. How can you be more empathetic and respectful in your interactions? Remember, small changes in how we communicate can make a big difference. Are you willing to be an agent of change and inclusion? If you want to continue expanding your understanding of autism, we have content that can be very useful. Watch our video, 10 Signs of Mild Autism in Adults. This video will help you identify subtle signs of mild autism in adults, providing even deeper and more practical knowledge. It is an excellent opportunity for you to become even more informed and aware. And if you enjoyed this content and want to keep learning about autism and other forms of neurodiversity, subscribe to our channel and activate notifications. This way, you won't miss any new videos and will continue to expand your knowledge. Let's build a more inclusive and respectful world for everyone together.